Jeopardy! Ken Jennings closes season 38 with special message. Jeopardy! Permanent host Ken Jennings paid a tribute to the late Alex Trebek during the season finale. This comes after fans accused him of snubbing the legend on his July 22nd birthday. The 48-year-old closed the final episode of season 38 with the original words from the original host. Read on to learn more. Ken Jennings snubbed Alex Trebek? Jeopardy! Fans are already not happy with the quiz show. As TV show's Ace previously reported, they claim that Trebek is rolling in his grave over the latest news. Both Ken Jennings and Mayim Bialik were announced as the new permanent full-time hosts. This comes after there was speculation over who would end up with the coveted position. They fought it for much of season 38. In the previous season, a series of celebrity guest hosts tried out for the top spot. Former executive producer Mike Richards ended up with the position until he was ousted by his own sins. Since then, Ken and Mayim passed the baton back and forth until the underwhelming news was revealed. In a previous episode, fans accused both the show and Ken Jennings of snubbing Alex on what would have been his 82nd birthday. Ken introduced the players and shared the show's categories, but he made no mention of the legendary host's birthday. The official Jeopardy! Twitter account shared a tribute about Alex on his special day. Happy 82nd birthday to the man who showed us the power of knowledge, the tweet read. Celebrate Alex's incredible legacy by learning about the recently opened Trebek Center at Hopiofthevely, an organization near and dear to his heart. Fans found it strange that Ken Jennings never mentioned him in that same episode. They feel that he would have since they were always close. It's possible that the show didn't realize this particular episode would have fallen on Alex's birthday. The episodes are normally filmed weeks or months ahead of time. Jeopardy! Season 38 season finale. During Friday's broadcast of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings closed the show with a special message. He looked into the camera with a smile on his face. He paid tribute to the icon for making this all possible. Thanks for being with us on the Alex Trebek stage, folks, Ken Jennings said. As Alex used to say, so long. He closed out the show with a smile as the three contestants applauded his speech. In September 2021, Stage 10 at Sony Pictures Studios was renamed in honor of the late host. Alex hosted the show for 30 years before passing away from his battle with cancer on November 8, 2020. Fans hoped that Ken would have been the natural successor to Alex's reign. What are your thoughts on Ken's closing message? Do you still miss Alex Trebek? What are your thoughts on season 38 of Jeopardy? Sound off below in the comment section. As the final notes of the familiar Think music faded and the bright blue lights of the studio dimmed, an era quietly, yet profoundly, marked its place in television history. On the evening of July 29, 2022, Ken Jennings, the trivia titan turned co-host, signed off the 38th season of Jeopardy, with a heartfelt message that resonated far beyond the studio's iconic stage. Season 38 wasn't just another chapter for Jeopardy. It was a season defined by resilience, transition, and reverence for a game show that has been a constant companion to millions of viewers for nearly 4 decades. When Ken Jennings addressed the audience at the close of the season, it wasn't merely a perfunctory farewell, it was a reflection on the journey of a show that had weathered the turbulence of change while keeping its core intact. I just want to say on behalf of all of us here at Jeopardy, thank you. Jennings began, standing behind the podium with the ease and confidence of someone who has lived the game from both sides of the lectern. His voice, warm and steady, carried an unmistakable blend of humility and pride. It's been a privilege to be part of this season, a season that has meant so much to so many. For longtime fans, Jennings' words carried an emotional weight. Following the 2020 passing of legendary host Alex Trebek, Jeopardy had embarked on a delicate quest to chart its future while honoring its past. Guest hosts rotated in and out of the role as producers searched for a worthy successor. In January 2022, Jennings, already revered as the show's greatest champion, and actress Mayim Bialik were announced as the co-hosts for season 38, sharing duties as the show transitioned into a new era. Jennings' sign-off message acknowledged not only the significance of the season, but also the deep connection fans felt to the show's enduring legacy. We know how important Jeopardy is to our viewers, he said. It's not just a game, it's a community, it's a tradition, and for many, it's family time. In many ways, Jennings' own journey mirrors the essence of Jeopardy itself. In 2004, he captivated audiences during an unprecedented 74-game winning streak, amassing $2.52 million and cementing his status as a household name. His encyclopedic knowledge, quick wit, and unassuming charm made him a fan favorite, and ultimately the ideal ambassador for the show's next chapter. Throughout season 38, Jennings' stewardship behind the podium felt both familiar and forward-looking. He honored Trebek's legacy with understated grace, avoiding imitation but upholding the high standards of intellectual rigor and fairness that defined the late host's tenure. His interactions with contestants, often sprinkled with dry humor and subtle encouragement, reflected his deep understanding of the pressures and joys inherent in the game. "It's strange to be standing here," Jennings admitted in his closing remarks. "I spent so many years on the other side of this stage, and I know exactly how hard our contestants work, how much they love this game. That's why it's been such an honor to guide them through it this season." The end of season 38 also marked the conclusion of a year filled with standout champions and memorable moments. Amy Schneider's historic 40-game streak broke barriers and captivated the nation. Masha Roach, Ryan Long, and several other super champions reinvigorated the competitive spirit of the show, reminding viewers why Jeopardy remains a proving ground for the sharpest minds. Jennings made sure to acknowledge them too. "We've witnessed some of the finest champions in the show's history this season," he said. "Their stories, their courage, and their love of knowledge inspire us all. I'm grateful to have been a small part of their journey." As the camera pulled back and the iconic blue set glowed softly behind him, Jennings concluded his message with a note that was both poignant and hopeful. "Thank you for spending your time with us this season. We can't wait to see you again next fall." It was a simple sign-off, but one that encapsulated the heart of Jeopardy. A show where intellect meets humanity and where each question and answer is a tiny bridge connecting millions of curious minds. While Mayim Bialik would go on to host the remaining summer episodes of Jeopardy and co-host future seasons alongside Jennings, the finale of season 38, with Jennings' closing message, felt like a gentle passing of the torch, not to a new host, but to the future of the show itself. Fans took to social media that evening to express their appreciation. Many praised Jennings' calm demeanor and deep respect for the game, while others reflected on the season's highs and lows. The consensus was clear: Jeopardy was in good hands. What made Jennings' message so resonant was not merely the words themselves, but the man behind them. His journey from contestant to champion to co-host encapsulates the show's ability to inspire and elevate everyday people with a passion for knowledge. His closing remarks weren't delivered as a celebrity addressing fans, but as a fellow Jeopardy enthusiast speaking to a community he knows intimately. As season 38 faded into the archives, it left behind a narrative of resilience and renewal. It was a season that honored its legendary past while boldly stepping into its future, a balancing act that few shows, let alone game shows, ever manage with such grace. Ken Jennings' special message at its close was a reminder that Jeopardy is more than a television program. It is a celebration of curiosity, intellect, and shared discovery, and that as long as there are questions to ask and answers to give, the game, like the community it fosters, will endure. Celebration of curiosity, intellect,